What's up guys, my name is Stoody. Tell me you're back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing my AFL Round 17 tips for the 2025 AFL season. So before we get into this week's tips, let's go ahead and see how it went last week. So last week was a perfect week. I got 7 out of 7 tips correct. So I got them all right. Pretty much everyone did, I think. It was a very, very easy week for tipping. And this week coming up is going to be another very, very easy week by the looks of it. So yeah, hope you all had a good weekend. Yesterday I got a new dog, named it Miller, and then obviously nicknamed Mad Dog Miller. So yeah, very good dog. He seems like he's going to be very good. He wasn't scared or anything like that. We were going to get a different dog, but then basically the guy selling the dog, like I was holding onto the dog, the guy selling it started patting it, and then he noticed there was something wrong with the dog's mouth or something. The dog hurt itself, and then he goes, "Oh, I can't send him away when he's like that." So ended up getting a different one, and that's the one that's going to be Mad Dog Miller. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen my community post, check it out because yeah, a very good dog. But there was another one that looked really similar to Creed, and honestly that one was kind of my favourite, but didn't end up getting it because it looked too much like Creed. So yeah, and then later on in the day, went to the Richmond-Adelaide game. It was a really shit game, but at least I got on TV. You could clearly see me on TV around about the 10 minute 30 mark. I think it was like 10 minutes 36 or something like that. Mark of the first quarter. You could clearly see me in the crowd, and fuck do I look good on TV. I mean, the chicks must have been moist when I came up on TV because holy shit am I sexy. But anyway, so let's just get into this week's tips. So first game of the round, it's another bullshit Thursday night game. At least it's a really shit game though, no one can watch it anyway. We have North Melbourne taking on the Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to the Western Bulldogs in this one by 52 points. I mean, usually I tip them by like over 100, but because it's the first game of the round, I have to be careful with the margin. So the Dogs obviously clearly the better team. North Melbourne are a pathetic club. They're dog shit, and yeah, what else is there really to say? Not much to say about this game. It's just a very obvious tip. The Western Bulldogs will obviously win this game. Moving on to Friday night, we have Carlton taking on Collingwood at the MCG. I'm going to win Collingwood in this one by 67 points. Carlton are fucked, completely fucked. A lot of their good players are now cooked, on the decline, so it's only down here from here really for Carlton. Just expecting Collingwood to get the job done easily here. I know Collingwood were pretty shit against West Coast, but they were coming off the bye, so they're not coming off the bye this time around. So I think Collingwood will annihilate Carlton, and put Carlton back in their hole if they're not already. So moving on to, what the fuck, there's another Friday night game. What kind of retards would put 2 Friday night games? But anyway, we have West Coast taking on the GWS Giants at Optus Stadium. Guaranteeing GWS in this one by 65 points. Another very, very, very obvious tip. The Giants are just going to destroy West Coast. West Coast are a disgraceful team. They're a fucking joke. I mean, don't really need to spend too much time talking about this one, as it's very obvious. Moving on to Saturday afternoon, we have Essendon taking on Gold Coast at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to win Gold Coast in this one by 3 points. When it comes to this, I mean, Gold Coast are pretty bad away from home, but they did beat Essendon at Marvel last year. So they'll get some confidence out of that. And it's a game that could go either way. I don't really know who's going to win this one. But I'm just going with the Suns because they're probably the better team. Plus they have match fixing on their side. Andrew Dillon will do whatever he can to help gift the Gold Coast this win. Moving on to Saturday twilight, we have Geelong 10 on Richmond at GMHBA Stadium. Now, am I going to go to this game? The answer is most likely no. This will probably be the only Victorian game I don't go to. I guess the main reason why is because Geelong is like a 2 hour drive from where I live. Plus, it's like almost 3 hours if I go on the train in travel time. And I finish work at 12 o'clock on Saturdays. And this is a twilight game at 4:15. So it's going to be very hard to get there on time. And also, it's just not really worth the effort of travelling that far when we're going to get fucked over. But I'll go to GMHBA one day, but it won't be this year. Not this year. So this one, obviously Geelong by a rigged amount. Richmond are always severely robbed against Geelong by the match fixing. Geelong are actually the only team I've never seen live. But we do verse them again in round 24, which is at the MCG, which I'll go to. This is just going to be a rigged game. I'll try and watch it on TV, but I'll probably be too pissed off watching it, so I'll end up turning it off, that sort of thing. Moving on to Saturday night, we have Brisbane taking on Port Adelaide at the Gabba. I'm going to be tipping Brisbane in this one by 45 points. Port, just simply not good enough, really. I can't see them making finals at all. I can't remember if he was going to come off the bye or not, but I don't think it will matter. Port, I know they did smash Carlton last week, but it's only Carlton, for fuck's sake. Don't get too ahead of yourself. So I think Lions win this at home. They're the better team. It's at home for Brisbane, and they should get the job done quite comfortably. The other Saturday night game, we have St Kilda taking on Hawthorn at Marvel Stadium. Going to be Hawthorn in this one by a rigged amount. I'm only tipping Hawthorn due to the match fixing, And if there wasn't match fixing AFL, I'd probably tip St Kilda because it's at Marvel. Plus St Kilda, they're probably the better team, really. But the match fixing towards Hawthorn is always so incredibly thick and disgusting. I mean, everyone's going to be watching the Brisbane Port game due to that, not this shit rigged game. So, you have to tip Hawthorn by a rigged amount. Andrew Dillon's going to do everything he can to fuck over St Kilda in this one. Moving on to Sunday afternoon, we have Sydney taking on Fremantle at the SCG. I'm going to be Sydney in this one by 2 points. Anything can happen in this one. Sydney, I didn't watch the game, but they only just lost to the Bulldogs by 9 points or something. And before then, they looked like they were back in form. So, are the Swans back in form? Maybe it's at home for them. They did beat Fremantle at Optus earlier in the year. So, there's that. Fremantle, I know they're on a massive winning streak, 6-game win streak, but I feel like they're due for a loss. So that's why I'm tipping Sydney. Only if this game was at Optus, I probably would have tipped Fremantle, but because it's in Sydney, I think the safe option is to probably tip Sydney. Moving on to the other Sunday afternoon game, we have Adelaide taking on Melbourne at the Adelaide Oval. I'm going to bring Adelaide in this one by 34 points. Adelaide, just the better team. It's at home for them. I just think they'll be too good, too strong at home for Melbourne. Melbourne, they're probably cooked now. Their season's probably over. Whereas Adelaide are going to be trying to make the top 4. So, I think Adelaide should be able to get this one done pretty comfortably. Don't see why they wouldn't be Melbourne. But anyway, so those are my tips for round 17. Feel free to leave your tips in the comment section down below. Hope you all have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for every content like this. Be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also, be sure to subscribe to my Premier Making Goals with Nick. Link to his channels in the description. Also, be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast channel, King's of Stoody. Also, be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, Stoody Archives. Links to both of those are in the description. Also, be sure to join my Discord server, East Coast Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also, be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Twitter and also have TikTok. These ain't for all those are Stoody YT. Links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you had a good day, And I'll see you all in the next video.